2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. We try to maximize things that are important to them.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
So we really try to maximize the size because 5 years from now, you can't just make your house bigger. The one thing I can tell you is that most builders in Lincoln, we all are about the same price. The difference comes in the products that we put in and the way we put in those products.
The old saying, you get what you pay for, is pretty accurate when you're building a home. If you put nicer windows in and you put nicer cabinets, it's going to cost a little bit more. You know, if those things are important to you, then you want to do it. We can try to incorporate in your floor plan and get a house that you're going to be happy with.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We'll see a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, an afternoon high of around 81. As winds turn out of the north behind a cold front, we could see areas of smoke and haze move into the region. Below tonight down to around 54. Cooler and windy tomorrow, a high near 70. North winds could gust over 25. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach.
Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown. 98 yards and a Lambeau leap.
Here is your host, Ahman Green.
What's up, Austin?
Hey, G, what's good? How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's up, chat? Or everybody listening and watching in? How's everybody doing out there? Hope they're good. Woo! Just made it in here right at the hair on my chinny chin chin.
You got the snap off on time. Play count. It stands.
There we go. We made it in on time. So how you doing, Austin?
Ahman, I am good. Excited to be here. This is later than I normally here, but that's okay. I'm glad you're settled. How was the day of travel?
Day of travel was good. I was basically like Steve Martin, John Candy, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I did the plane and the automobile, no train. So I flew out of Green Bay this morning around 6 a.m. Got to Lincoln about 10:30. Went to look at one of my friend Mike, who is in the construction business, at one of his properties that we're actually invested on together. Walked around, see some of the finished product there. That house is almost done. It's in the Pioneers neighborhood over there off of Sheridan Road. And then he dropped me off, and I got packed up and played a little bit of Call of Duty, a little bit of Jedi Survivor, and then my ride, Alex Fernando, who is our assistant director for recruiting here at the College of Journalism and Mass Communication, jumped in his truck, and 3 hours later, now 4 or 5 hours later, we went to grab dinner at a great rib spot, Oklahoma Joe's, off the freeway, a little gas station / restaurant that is like Kansas State gold of barbecue places, and just got done there. So I've got a belly full of food and ready to talk a little bit of esports, little sports things going on here with you for the next hour.
Joe's is fantastic. You have to go to
Yeah.
the original gas station location. I mean, that's
where we were at. Yep.
I just got there for the first time. I think it was last fall. I know they have a couple different locations, and there are obviously plenty of good spots to go, but the gas station one looks wild. You walk in, you're standing like in the actual gas station convenience store part. You wind all the way around to the counter, and my goodness, it is worth the wait.
Yeah, 100% is. I mean, I had the first time I came here, I just got the burnt-in dinner, and so I did the same thing today, along with Alex highly suggested the Big Z.
The Z-Man.
The Z-Man with provolone cheese, brisket, onion rings, and then they had pickles on the side and so I threw the pickles on there too. And I've been waiting for this all week. I've been eating right all week. This is my cheat day weekend, so I was smoothies and fruit and vegetables all for Monday, Sunday, because I knew I was coming to Kansas City to then digress a little bit in the nutrition department for a couple of days. But I've earned it because, like I said, I prepared for it. Worked out all week too, so I knew I was like, all right, I'll even this thing out. Sweating off a couple LBs before I put on more LBs. I put them right back on.
So I know you mentioned, in your playing days, obviously you're eating right, you're taking care of yourself. Were there ever any road trips, any cities that you knew you had to go out and get some food on the road?
100%. It was Philadelphia, Philly cheesesteak. That was like a prime thing to do. We go, I think one place is, don't quote me on this, but it's like, I think it's Geno's or something like that. Whatever the hot spot in Philly was, sometimes I know Coach Sherman would actually help us out, and they would cater in our midnight, our late night snack would be Philly cheesesteaks. We'll see these guys coming in with boxes full of cheesesteaks. We'll be like, oh yes, he did it. Like, yeah. I'll grab 2 of them. They weren't that big. They're only about this long. Maybe that. They look like a Subway sandwich, about that big or wide. I'll grab 2. Grab them and a bag of fries, head to my room, call it a night. I'm about to play a game anyway in the morning. The next day I'm gonna burn all this off. This is good. That was Philly. Houston is this place called Papados down in Houston. It's Creole cooking, a lot of seafood dishes, gumbo, jambalaya, salmon, redfish. Oh my God, it's just, they had this cheese fondue appetizer dish that has shrimp, crawdads or crawfish in it, along with other shellfish. That was just ridiculous. And it's pretty much dairy. So I learned eventually I can't do that because I'm lactose intolerant. I can't do that.
Oh shoot!
I want to think about it, but I can't hit it up that much. I got to be smart.
That's funny. Okay, before we move on to, you mentioned you got a little Jedi Survivor in. What do you think?
Love it. I mean, it's hard for me to go against anything Star Wars. I mean, it's almost like against my whole reason of being on the planet. Because when I hear fans, like my comic book friends, my Star Wars friends, that we have our little debates. Because you got your crew of buddies that you'll sit down and debate the last Star Wars or the Mandalorian or anything on Disney Plus that is now Star Wars. and you have these conversations, and like I can't have a negative conversation about any of the Star Wars. I mean, even with Phantom Menace to Jar Jar Binks to people that don't like Empire Strikes Back, I'm like, what's your problem? The Empire had to win one. They had to get a couple dubs before the whole Jedi came back into order.
Mm-hmm.
And how so yeah, so I have friends that like I said, I can't, they go against it. I can't do it. I'll say, you know what, it's like having a bad game, watching your favorite team have a bad game. Okay, it wasn't the best movie, but I still loved it. I'm still adding it to the canon storyline of what Mr. George Lucas blessed us with way back in 1977, when he came out with New Hope, but having all of it he presented it to us, telling us the back three, and then going back forward in 1999 to bring out Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, and then Revenge of the Sith, and then now Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker are just. I could sit there and watch. This is a long weekend for me. That's a long, chill weekend. I'm gonna go to Disney Plus, or I have them on DVD too. I don't need Disney Plus. I actually don't have all of them. I just hit the DVD because we never know when Disney Plus is not going to work or it's going to go away, which I don't think is going anywhere. But just in case, I got the hard disk, so I'm good. I'm clear there.
Better safe than sorry. So, what was your first exposure to Star Wars? How quick were you hooked?
Oh, it was right away. I'll say my cousin Shelly. Shout out to Shelly Johnson up in Omaha. Shout out to my first cousin. She took me there on my birthday, and I think it was Return of the Jedi at the Indian Hills movie theater off of 72nd Street in Omaha. And I vaguely remember it, but I know I was like 4 or 5 years old. But I remember her taking me to the theater. It was like a rainy day. Went in the theater, we sit there and watch it. I'm just like, oh, it's so good. I had already been watching the other two at that time. So New Hope, Empire Strikes Back on HBO at home. When my mom I would sneak out of my room and go in the living room and turn on the TV late at night and be like, oh, it's on again. I'm gonna sit here and watch New Hope for the 20th time. Get all the lines down. Oh man, I got a bad idea about this. So we're gonna move on.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
These are not the droids you're looking for. Those are not the droids I'm looking for. I'm like, why they do that?
So what you're telling me is the first film that Ahman Green grinded was Star Wars Episodes 4 and 5.
Oh yeah. I was every time they came on TV, I was stuck in the carpet or I was stuck on the couch. I'm not moving. Even though I just watched it like 2 days before, I gotta watch it again. I gotta know everything, details in the back, people in the background, background characters, seeing stuff, just so I have a memory. And I do still to this day. I love it. So like I said, when you ask me, give me some feedback on Star Wars, it's not going to be negative. I'll tell you that. It's hard for me to do that. It's very hard for me to do that.
Okay. So you're fresh into the NFL then, and they start releasing the prequel trilogy.
Yes.
They released Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. What was that like? How excited were you for those?
Super. Like I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was in Seattle at that time. It was 1999 when Phantom Menace came out, and obviously, they do the movie trailers, so you do all the teasing a year before, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like sweet, and like what I was super excited about was when I was a kid, I was in Omaha. Nothing against our city, my town, Omaha and Lincoln. But it's a small town compared to Los Angeles, compared to Seattle, New York, Houston, Miami. So I'm like, I'm in a big city. I'm in Seattle, and now I'm gonna be here for the premiere. And I remember talking to some of my teammates and talking to I went to like the GameStop. They had a EB Games before GameStop came around. EB Games, if you remember EB Games, I'm dating myself there. And I went in there to buy some games, obviously, and then got talking with the manager or whoever worked, the clerk in there, and they're like, "You hear about the new Phantom Menace coming?" I said, "Yeah, I'm super excited. I never been to a big city movie premiere." I was like, "Whenever it's going to be done differently or whatever." And the cool thing was, being a Seahawk, we had a partnership deal with AMC Theaters, so we could get free tickets. So because everybody's like, "Man, you're going to camp out?" That's when people camp out like the night before. I'm like, no, I say because me being humble, this is what I would say to people. They'd be like, "Are you gonna camp out?" I'd be like, "No, my job, where I work at, we have a deal where I could get an employee discount." I'm leaving out the fact that I'm not that I'm not a Seahawk. Like because I don't want people to know that. Like I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna react. So I just I want to keep it like I work at the post office or something. Hey, we got a partnership with AMC at my job, and a lot of people, if they ask me, all they had to do was ask me because I'm honest. They were like, "Where you work?" I was like, "Oh, I play for the Seahawks." I got it, but nobody had never asked me that. When I'll say, "Oh yeah, my job, I got a point discount with them," so I can get in the theater. So I don't need to camp out. They're like, "You're not." I'm like, I did camping when I was a kid, in the mountains, under the stars. I did the whole experience, no electricity. I got that down. For a movie that I love, I don't know. When I could be at home the night before in my bed watching TV to get ready to go see the movie the next day, that just don't equal out for me. I'm a fan. I'm not saying I'm not committed. I just can't sleep on the curb when I don't have to.
The thing is, you have the best of all worlds, right? You don't have to hurt your back or your shoulder, your neck, sleeping on the concrete, and you still get in at the same time as everyone else.
Yeah, and I respect. I said to those fans, I said, look, I respect y'all. I mean, y'all are a little bit. That's hardcore. I can't. You got me there. I said, but I can't. I said, no. I say any chance where I get to potentially camp out, I'm gonna think about it first. I'm like, what am I really getting out of this? Am I getting a special giveaway, like in the line for being in the, if it's something like that going down, okay, were they giving out free lightsabers or something? I'm like, all right, I'm there. You got
what color? What color is your lightsaber? Your go-to?
I'm gonna go blue or green. Blue or green. Yeah, blue's my favorite color. So, and I like the green one. I think, and then Mace Windu, he had purple. If you remember Mace Samuel L. Jackson, he had a purple lightsaber, and I think it was between Anakin and Luke and Obi-Wan, they had either green or blue. One of them, in between them. So in between them three. So
blue lightsaber is the way to go. I am absolutely with you.
So you're
on
blue,
that one.
okay? Nice.
Absolutely, blue is my favorite color as well. I'm not just saying that to agree with you. Blue is my favorite color. That's how I picked out my Duke basketball fandom when I was younger. There's nothing else to do it behind that. So blue lightsaber is the way to go. In terms of Star Wars games, Ahman, I'm a Lego Star Wars guy. That's what I was raised on. I loved Lego Star Wars. Is there a better Star Wars game out there that you've played?
Well, I mean, I did Last Order. That came out a few years ago. I finished that, completed that, and they have DLC that I got to still play. I would say the last new ones that just came out, Last Order, Survivor, even the Battlefront. Even though first Battlefront didn't have a campaign, I was okay with that. Like I said, I'm not going to be mad at the guys. They made a clerical error there. It's like how you make a game about the troops that was a part of all these battles, the stormtroopers, and you don't give it a campaign. They did that in part 2, and it was okay. It was an okay campaign. I say that's a negative I'm going to get to my guys at Lincoln Arts, because I want to work for them one day. When I retire, when I'm done doing what I'm doing in Lincoln, I want to work for the Star Wars guys. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be another dream of mine. As I'm now an esports coach, dreaming that came to true, and then maybe I work for Disney and LucasArts. Lucas.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is Star Wars your favorite? Kind of sci-fi.
Yes.
Series. What else is in there? Like your top 3?
I say even though it's sci-fi, but it's a different genre of sci-fi. It's sci-fi horror would be Aliens with Sigourney Weaver.
Okay.
Those are just I remember watching that. I was the second one, which I thought was the first one, was Aliens. Came out in 1988. I was 11, and we were living in California, and we went to the drive-in. We would go to the drive-in frequently, and living in California, and we went to the drive-in to see Aliens, and I was like a football fan cheering when she was fighting the aliens and killing the aliens. I rolled down the windows in the car. I'm like, go Ripley, go, kill that alien, blow his head. My mom and dad, boy, get in this car. What are you doing? You're gonna get us kicked out of the drive-in. What's wrong with you, boy? I'm like, she kicking the alien's butt, Dad. She doing it. She got them big guns. Right. She like, my mom and dad like, boy, get in this car. You about to get us kicked out of this drive-in movie. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Mom, Dad, you just don't understand.
It's Ripley. Ellen Ripley is doing work right now on these aliens. She's giving them the business right now. I love it. So yeah, Yeah, I say that one. Those would probably be my time. You know, they do. You know, they both sci-fi, but one's more like a fantasy sci-fi Star Wars, and then Aliens is horror. You know, sci-fi, still fantasy, obviously fiction. So, because we don't
Right.
obviously, hopefully, that's not real. We don't want to face that. We don't want
If
none
that
of that.
ever becomes real, we are in trouble. Capital T, capital R, keep going, trouble.
And so this is something. Okay, now you're gonna come into my world of movie. I say my theories on movies and watching horror movies, Austin. So everybody tuning in, you about to get a treat right now. And so this is Ahman Green's theories of what you can learn by watching horror movies. That is it's a practicality, all right, if that's even a word, a practical living. So you can learn by watching Aliens. You learn right away that when you see something that opens up that you know is not from this planet, you run the other way. You don't go and look into the thing to see what jumps out and then jumps on your face. Don't do that. You see something that looks like a plant and it opens up, cut and run the other way, please. And do like Ellen Ripley did, set everything on fire just to be safe. When they say that it's a planet that is derelict and not much on it, okay, we don't need to stop there. We go to the next
spaceship, jump.
back. Yeah, no, we don't need to go down there. You know, we see warnings, little red flags everywhere popping up. It's derelict. It doesn't have an atmosphere. Only certain things could live on there. Okay, yeah, we don't need to go on that planet. We good. We're gonna bypass that. It's okay, you know. Don't do that. You know, when the company says we need you to go, no, I don't want to do that. I want to take a year off because I was just on another ship trying to fight these things, and they killed half my crew, half my friends, busting out of their chests. And no, I don't want that life. You know, so that's from Aliens. But when you watch hacking and slashing movies like Jason or Michael Myers, Halloween, you know, all the stuff that we've seen, because of Scream, they put that on Front Street. They learned that if you know the things of a warning sign of a slasher in your town, don't say certain things, obviously. Don't say, I'll be right back. Don't be the pretty girl or the pretty guy. Don't have sex. All this is real. You know, when you see a car running, jump in and drive it and get the heck out of there. Yeah. Don't run in the basement. Run out the front door. Or jump out the first floor window. Get out. The monster's running or Jason's walking. Don't look back and don't fall. Please stop falling. If I'm running for my life, priority number one is that my pulse is still beating by the end of this situation. Don't fall. Okay? Just don't fall.
Just stay on your feet.
Yeah. I'm like, what's so hard about, okay, I want to live. I think my focus would be on having high knees, not tripping and falling on the branch or the tree stump. Like, come on. You're killing me, Stephen King.
Well, and so much of that, Ahman, is don't look over your shoulder when you run, right?
You got to look at never look back. It's just like on football. When you break out on a big run, don't look back. In a horror movie, don't look back. You want to run so fast and so long where it's a whole maybe an hour go by before you even look back. So you know nothing is behind you. You outran Jason, Freddy, whoever. You know. So there you go. You know, a movie horror genre, little education right there. What else?
It's Ahman Green's tips for practical living.
Practical living from a horror movie.
Sense.
Common sense, like zombie movies. All right, like really. These things, if it depends on what zombie you get in these days, because they now have Olympic level zombies since World War Z, and 28 days. When you had full zombies, full on sprinting, jumping, taking helicopters down. When I saw that, I'm like, oh man, they didn't change the game. So not only you got to be accurate with your headshots, don't panic. Just grab a screwdriver. You can still pump. You can hit them with the head, even though they get more close to you. You do want to keep that distance, so you want to get a baseball bat or axe. Even though I know this is a sports show, we're talking about killing zombies right now. But I love it.
It's athletic, right? You get the cardio.
So keep that distance between you and the zombie with an axe. or a baseball bat, or do something like what Keegan did in Walking Dead, even though he used it for killing my man. What was his name? It was Ken or Luke. I can't remember his name, but you remember he hit him in the head. I was like, that's cold.
Oh yeah, cold war.
Yeah, cold blooded. Keegan was cold blooded in Walking Dead, man. So yeah, don't panic. It's like people panic when they see zombies because the old school zombies is like, like they taking 5 minutes to get to you. Don't panic. If you got any type of athletic ability, you should be able to stay alive. Don't panic. And if your loved one, I know this is a tough one for people when they see it in the movie, your loved one has now turned into a zombie. Me and my wife had this conversation. I said, look, baby, if I turn into zombies, just shoot me in the head. I said, because I can outpower you. I said, same for you. If you turn into a zombie, I'm sorry. I just got to take you out. You a zombie.
I love you, but it's the best for everyone.
Exactly. Because if you bite me, then it's. And she was mad at me. She was like, no, we be zombies together. I said, no. I said, this is how it don't work that way. I love you. But when it's zombie time, it's not you anymore. You got to know that. It is not you or it's not me. It's not that person you married. No. Put one in my head. Quick.
The emotion's gone. The connection's gone. You're just looking for flesh to eat. That's all it is. There's no connection.
Brains. That was what I was saying in Walking the old Night of the Living Dead. Brains. Brains. I was like, is that zombie really saying brain? Like, this is off the chain. I was like 8 watching that.
Oh boy. I try to stay away from horror movies. I can't handle it. I'm a wimp, especially jump scares. I am high strung, Ahman. Like, I've tried to calm down and relax, but I'm twitchy as I'll get out. I frighten very easily. Horror movies are not good for me.
No, yeah. So like I said, so it's basically another way to put it. The anatomy of a horror movie is that jump scares, and they set you up. You already know the scene where, like, you see my camera, and you can't see like on this side, like over here. You can't really see what's behind me, but they'll have a camera then come this way where you only see what's over here, and I'm in the refrigerator or in the cabinet, and I shut the cabinet door, and then there's Freddy. There's a zombie. Or there's a cat. You still jump because it's like, oh my god, why is the cat doing right there? They get you. The movie director Stephen. What's another one? What's the one that did Michael Myers? Wes Craven. And Jordan Peele. Oh, Jordan Peele now. He's a horror movie.
He's up and coming.
He's up and coming. He's rookie of the year. If there is rookie of the year trophy for first time he's knocking my Get Out, Us, and then the most recent one was Nope with Keke Palmer. Fantastic. I mean, to me, that's just pure beauty of horror. And same guy that was in Walking Dead, he was in there. He was a cowboy. He had a little cowboy outfit on and everything. Can't think of his name right now. It'll pop back in.
It's an incredible start to a horror directing career for Jordan Peele with those three. We do have to take a break, get some bills paid. Ahman, last week we left off with the story with the pregame speech, the best one you ever gave. Coach, how many times do you have to win to get a shot at this team again? You beat that team, but they didn't give you the championship. You had to play another team.
Right, yeah.
Just finish that story. Let's tell that one when we get back here to the Ahman Green Show.
All right, Austin. Sounds good.
This is Megan Walker from Nebraska Track and Field. Some kids wish for a family dog. Others wish for a family. Last month, over 100 kids needed a foster family and home. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. On Give to Lincoln Day, Wednesday, May 24th, your gift goes even further. Go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
The Ticket Water Cooler.
Are you guys planning on going to the Nebraska-Colorado game?
I don't know.
It's going to be tough to get a ticket is I guess what I'm thinking here.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I was looking at it. It's like $250 just to get in price. Now the get in price is like $500. Woo! It's going to be, if you haven't got your Nebraska-Colorado tickets, I don't know if the time is now. You might have passed it. Is there a game you guys would go to for $500?
For $500?
Yeah.
The national championship.
That's what you pay $500 for that one?
Yeah.
If Nebraska's in.
Nebraska's in.
Yeah.
Nebraska's in. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here on 93.7 The Ticket with Ahman Green. I'm Austin Norman. All right, Ahman.
Neil.
Your team won the championship.
Yeah.
Or so you thought. That's where you left us last week.
Yeah. Yes,
Pick us up
indeed.
from there.
All right. So just to bring everybody back up to speed, this was my first, and I played 2 seasons there with the North Omaha Boys Club Bears. And so this was my first season back from Los Angeles, growing up as a kid, adolescent, and now I'm a teenager, freshman at North. And so I decided to play one more year Little League football. And so my brother was like, "Hey, I'm coaching with the Boys Club Bears. So you could play there and I could coach it." I'm like, "Sweet." So my brother Nicky coached me up on it. So he was my running backs coach for that season. And so we get to the end of the season. We ran the gambit. We lost the first game of the season to Kingswood, but we went, I think it was 11-0 or 12-0 to go 12-1 for the season. We played Kingswood in the championship game at Flanagan High School, which I don't know if it's still over there. I think it's.
Did that become Boys Town?
I think it's the Boys Club now. I believe it's the North Boys Club now, up off the 75th Highway Road or somewhere. I just got back, so don't quote me on that. So we beat them, and not even the next day, 2 days go by, and then Michael Carter was our head coach. He goes to us at practice because we were going to go to Daytona Beach for a Little League football, like United States Little League football championships. And so we were still practicing. And then I think it was Tuesday practice. At the end of practice, he announced that, he said, "Hey guys, we talked to the league organizers of our league here in town and said that we needed to we won the championship, but to really have like the outright city championship, we got to play Kingswood's other team." And of course, somebody was like, "Who's the other team?" And some of the kids already know, they had been here longer than me. So I'm like, "Who's this other team?" And it's like, "Oh, it's the 14, I think it's 14, 15, 16 team." So we were 12, 13-year-olds, mind you. And now we got to play against older kids. and heavier kids. So we're 12, 13, 155 pounds. They're 14, 15, 16, 165, 170. And me being the captain, me being, raised the way I was raised, and my brothers, my sisters, my mom and dad, raising me the way I was raised, the way I am. I said, "Oh, really? We got to do this?" I said, "When we play them?" They're like, "Next Sunday at UNO's football field." I'm like, "Oh, let's go. I'm ready right now, coach." I was mad. That was me being upset. Because I'm like, we don't have the championship. They're like saying we got to play this other team. And so all week practice, we were so focused. Like, I don't think guys even spoke to each other, even though we knew what was on. Like, we were so focused. We were just like dialed in from that Tuesday all the way to Sunday. We were dialed in because we're like, okay, we're playing against older kids, older teenagers than us, a little bit bigger, but we felt slighted because they're saying that we don't have the championship outright. And it's like, okay, all right, I'm ready. Let's go. We like, let's go play right now, but that was on Tuesday. So we get there, it's Tuesday. It was so cold that morning. I think, obviously for us, it was, like I said, it didn't affect us, but it was so cold. It was in the negative. It was like negative 20 before the game started. I think about the game.
Hey.
Was that? Yes, exactly. Exactly. I think by the end of the game it was negative 35. It was so cold. So cold where we had hot chocolate at halftime. We didn't have Gatorade. We didn't have water. We had hot chocolate. my brother was like handing out hot chocolate to everybody. It was hilarious. So we kick off this game, and as soon as we kicked off the game, the butt whipping had begun. Like I said, we were dialed in since Tuesday, since we were told this story or whatever that we didn't have it. We got to play another team to get the championship. We're like, all right, let's do it. So we did. Kick the ball off. I mean, from the jump, I think we kicked off, and they didn't get. It was 3 and out. We get the ball back, and we score. We kick off again, get the ball back, stop them 3 and out, get the score again. So it's like we're still in the first quarter. We're at 14-0, and then the first quarter, I think we got to 28-0. By the end of the second quarter, going into halftime, it was 48-0. And I think one time, then we got the ball in the second half, we started switching out our offensive players. So I think we won 56-0. And there was a few plays in that game. For me, I had a couple touchdown runs, but for me, the most exciting thing was being physical. I played middle linebacker, so I had opportunity to blitz, or it looked like a blitz because I hit the hole so fast. I hit the gap so fast that it looked like a blitz, but it was just I was reacting to the play action, and it was a run play. And I was like, oh, run play. Let me get in the A gap fast. I hit the running back so hard that if he could, he probably did. He was cussing out his lineman. He was, what are y'all doing? He threw the ball at him. I hit him as soon as he got the ball, I hit him like wow. It was like hit. And we get, like I said, we won 56-0, and it was just like, you see what happens when you tell a kid one thing, and we could actually get physical and be mad and focus all at the same time. This controlled chaos just got put on y'all. And it was funny at halftime or at the end of the game, you know how we come into the field, and it's little league, so we got to say good game, good game. We're doing the good game to the to their team. They were the Cougars. They were the Kingswood Cougars. They had yellow jerseys, black pants. And so we're doing a good game. And then when I get to the head coach, he pulls me to the side. And as a kid, I was like, what's going on? He like grabs me by my jersey like this. He's like, number 34, you a SOB. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say. Thanks or what? And then he's like, man, good game, man. You were da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, I'm 13, so I'm like, I can't cuss. He's an adult. I can't say a bad word. But I just like, thank you. Like, I think that's a thank you. I'm confused. And so we get done saying good game. I go back, our team huddles up, and my coach, Mike Carter, comes up to me and says, Ahman, what did the head coach from the other team say? He said, I said, can I repeat it? Like, exactly? Or, because I don't want to get in trouble. He said, don't worry about it. He said, what did he say? He said, yeah, he said, man, you a SOB 34. And so my coach just started, all the coaches just started laughing because they knew what that meant. I'm like, I knew what that meant, but I didn't want to repeat it because I didn't want to get in trouble. And so they're dying laughing because I mean the whole game, I was a madman. Like I didn't realize once I watched the film later that week, I was like, I didn't realize like I was literally all over the field because I was just in my head. I was like, you can't take something you took something away from me. You're by telling me that we didn't have the outright championship. And my teammates, we all got around. We started, we supported each other in that game. Everybody was making game. I remember, I don't know if you remember a player. He went to Burke High School named Alvin Mitchell. He was a basketball player. He was an all-state basketball player out of Burke High School we were the same age. So during 1993, 94, 92, and he played corner for us in Little League football. And so a lot of people know him because he's a basketball player. But Alvin Mitchell was a Deion Sanders for us, basically. He was a Jalen Ramsey. Like he would get interceptions, take him to the house, and then he played wide receiver on offense. He was basically like he was Mawson Dudes before it was called Mawson. We had another wide receiver by the name of Adrian Johnson, and then another kid by the name of Zany Adams. And we were just 8th, 9th graders. Maybe I think we had a couple 7th graders on this team that we were like some players. And we had a goal. We accomplished our goal. And then you tell us that we don't have it. Like, huh? Oh, you just started a real fight. Now it's about whoever's coming on this field next to us. It's not going to be pretty, and it wasn't for the Kingswood Cougars.
That's some nitrous. You get a player like you that on top of hey, you just get a chance to compete. That's dangerous.
I'm like, yeah. It was like, huh? We don't want what? Oh, okay. You want to? We about to get we just won, but okay. We got to do this again. Oh, we're gonna do I didn't know we were gonna play like almost perfect. We scored every time we touched the ball. We did not punt one time. The only time we kicked the ball was field goals and kickoff. That was it. And so that game, I never up until that was a game I always thought about when I was, once I got to college, once I got to the NFL, it's like, just kind of motivating of the mental how we were 13 and 12 years old, like and like dialed in. And so, it just taught me that, you from the hard work and dedication, if somebody slights you, it's like, all right, you got time. All right, we're gonna make this right. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get good. We're gonna even out the playing field since y'all want to play these games with us. And it was fun to do it with a lot of friends. Like all that whole team was guys I knew, guys I went to school with. We competed against each other. We were all friends too, and that's what made it even more fun. Because we had each other's back, and it was we just did a good old fashioned butt whipping out there on the football field at UNO.
You get to high school, you're competing with and against these same guys. Who are those schools that you love to lace them up against?
Oh man, so I started at North, and we had I know we played against Northwest. That's where so we had Damon Ruffin. He was at Northwest. He was one of my quarterbacks for the Bears. Zany, he went to Benson. I think Adrian went to Benson too, but he didn't play football. He played basketball. But I like, since I was a North kid at that time, playing against Benson, that was a rivalry game. I remember my sophomore year, I became a starter for the varsity squad. And the first game we played, my sophomore game against Benson at Benson, I think we won. I'm not sure if we won or lost. I'm pretty sure somebody knows that game, that score. But I do remember this. I had a big run on our sidelines. But I didn't score a touchdown because they had a guy by the name of Ronnie Doss on their team that was an all-state sprinter. And he played DB. He played a cornerback for them. And obviously he was on the field when I broke out on that run. So I got probably like to the 5-yard line. But I wasn't disappointed because I'm like, that ain't nobody outrunning Ronnie Doss. Anybody that ran track at that time and played football, they knew if Ronnie Doss was on a football field or in the lane next to you, you're not outrunning him. He was the fastest human being teenager in Nebraska during those years of 1991 to about 94. I think he graduated high school in 94. And I know I saw his son on track too against when my daughters were young running track. So fast human being. But it was cool playing against them. That was a rivalry. When I transferred to Central, then I became the enemy from North High, obviously, because I transferred from North to Central. All my friends at North was like, "You a cheater, you a traitor, you a traitor." I'm like, my mom wanted me to change schools, man. I can't. I don't pay the bills, man. I don't run my mouth nothing. Hey, I gotta go.
It wasn't free agency. Mom wanted you to move.
Right. My mom was like, "Look, you going to my high school." I'm like, I can't fight that. I could be the traitor all you want. And so my rival became, it was really more because of me. It was North High School. And then Creighton Prep, obviously being Omaha Central, Creighton Prep was another big rivalry. Omaha South, we knew guys on that squad. And so just kind of from that, we hung out with them sometimes in the off season. But when the game came on Friday night, it was like, hey, this is business. Don't take it personal. Win or lose, this is business. We're gonna have some fun. We can have a little trash talking later, on Saturday or Sunday when we see him at Fontenelle Park or wherever at the movie theater hanging. Oh, we got y'all this week. Yeah. I didn't trash talk a whole lot because I know that didn't feel good. So I didn't mess around with that. I didn't want to get into a fight over a little trash talk. I'm like, that's not gonna be me. I just say good game, man. Good game. Y'all play good. Y'all got us, or we got you. Good game. So
right. Let's wrap up this segment with this. You mentioned Ronnie Doss, fast guy in high school. Who was the fastest guy you played with or against in college and then in the pros?
Oh man,
I'm sure there are a lot of them.
College. I say college. I would say on my squad and Nebraska. Outside of me, because I was one of the fastest guys there. But I would say my freshman year, Lawrence Phillips, he was fastest. All get out. And about a little guy from New Jersey, Mike Fullman. He was our punt returner / kickoff return. He had a couple returns that year. He had some wheels. Leslie Dennis, he was a DB from Florida. He didn't play a whole lot. He had a couple injuries, but he was fast. Trying to think of anybody else. I know before I left, Bobby Newcomb, he had speed. And I'm not gonna remember everybody because everybody, man, you didn't mention my name. Well, no, Bobby had some wheels.
Was Tommy fast?
Tommy had game speed. We'll say that.
Ah, okay.
He wasn't gonna run a fast 40, but he's going, as we saw in the national title game that year, if he needs to go 99 and run through half the defense, the Florida Gator defense, I'd say not half, all the Florida Gator. I think every Florida Gator hit him, and he still didn't get. Oh, I love that play. I still love that play. That was like awesome. I'm like, man, but yeah, he has that game speed where he knows how to kick it in speed, and nobody could catch him. And then he be trying to catch him, and then when you do, he's about 235. He ain't gonna tackle. He ain't gonna go down easy. So. So yeah, we have some fast guys on the squad, real fast.
Then Seattle and Green Bay. Who are
Seattle, between myself, because I was young, I still had some speed. So it was myself and Joey Galloway, and it was funny, being competitors, being athletes. Everybody knew before I got there. Everybody was like, "Oh, Joey Galloway is the fastest on our team." But then when I got drafted, and everybody caught wind of me running a 4.17 and a 4.18 at my pro day, everybody started harassing and teasing Joey Galloway. They said, "Hey man, that young buck from Nebraska gonna get you, dog." They hyping him up. And so when my second year in Seattle, Mike Holmgren came in and he told us right away that we're going to get retested. And so retested meant we're going to have another combine. So 40, pro agility, 3-cone drill, all that stuff. And so guys were really, they were hyping it up like Don King back in the day. Like, oh man, we got Joey, got Ahman Green over here. He's a second-year player out of Nebraska. He ran a 4. They're hyping it up in the locker room. I'm like, what is going on? Like, me and Joey are not even talking about this. Like, it's everybody else because they knew they were going to get on Joey's nerves. They knew this. They knew Joey better than me. Like, I don't react to trash talk. I don't react to any type of like bragging about myself. That's not me. But for Joey to hear that of them talking about me and him racing against each other, oh my God, it was like 3 hours of total pandemonium in the locker room. Then we got on the field. I did go faster than him. He won't admit it, but I did go faster than him. And it was just so funny because he was like, I got to the facility like an hour before we had the race. And everybody's like, hey, man, you got Joey shook. I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not even talking to him about this. He got here like 3 hours ago. It's like, what? He's like, he's been in here since 6 o'clock, bro. He's getting ready for it. I'm like, hey, man, stop. I'm like, y'all stop it, man. Look, just leave him alone. We just got to run 40s for the coach. This ain't nothing. We teammates, They were all in this. It was funny. It was classic. I was like, y'all wrong for this. All y'all wrong. Y'all know y'all wrong for this. But so
And
yeah,
Joey's
Joey.
wrong, and he's wrong for thinking he's faster than you. You got numbers to back it up. That's what
Yeah,
matters.
I did. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Joey ever went 4-1. I know he was fast. He went 4-2, I think, and 4-3 for sure. But I don't think he went 4-1. So if he hears this on Big Ten Network, we could have that conversation. I won't back down.
Make sure Joey's on Twitter. We can clip it and tag him in it.
There you go. Please do that, Austin. Please. I want to talk to my man JD. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Sounds good. I will make sure.
Talking now. I can do a little bit. I'm not that young buck no more.
Again,
he got more grade than I do, I think.
Again, numbers never lie. So it's trash talk, but it's also the truth. We'll
back it up.
We'll wrap up the Ahman Green Show after this.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Hi, this is Becky from Midwest Bank, and our team is here for you. From our friendly staff to our innovative products to our online banking and mobile app, all of our services are designed with you in mind. We'll help you open a checking account, apply for a loan, open a credit card, or start saving for the future. We do it all. We're your local community bank, a trusted partner that's here to serve you. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in May. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe. There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Hi, I'm Barb Bettine, President and CEO of the Lincoln YMCA. On behalf of the Y, I want to thank you for voting us Lincoln's Choice for Best Youth Sports Programs, Best Youth Activity Programs, and Best Preschool. These categories represent so much of what we do at the Y, and we're honored to serve thousands of families in our community each and every day. Hey, with summer just around the corner, I invite you to stop in to one of our 4 branches and learn how the Y can be a part of your family. The Y Outdoor Pools open May 27th, and we can't wait to see you.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused. But when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back one final time here on the Ahman Green Show. I'm Austin Norman, joined by the Husker Hall of Famer, the Green Bay Packers all-time leading rusher, the current Nebraska esports coach, Ahman Green, out on the road recruiting. And Ahman, I see something about camps pop up.
Yes, I just put that in the private chat. So we got this summer. So like I said, I'm down, like you mentioned, I'm down here in KC area recruiting because I'm at the Kansas High School Esports State Championships that start tomorrow morning, that go till Sunday or Saturday afternoon. Then we'll be headed back up. So obviously here to meet players, meet coaches from the high schools down here, introduce myself, so they'll obviously understand what we're doing here in the space. They know we'll have scholarships. They'll know we'll have, like I put in the chat, esports camps that are part of the Big Red camp. List of camps we have in the Big Red camps. It looks like it's around a dozen or more different summer camps going on all summer long. And now we're there with having it's called Discover Esports segment. So from June 11th to June 16th, right now the link in there. We could probably share that on the Instagram or Twitter when we post it out. Austin and kids can use that link to go read about the camp and what we're going to be doing and sign up. There's actually for companies that want to support a kid in the Lincoln area or any kid anywhere that wants to come to the camp, you can scholarship a kid too. That's on the link. That link right there that will be put out later. You go where it says get scholarships and you can fill out a form to help support a kid to have financial support to do the camp with us. And so we'll be just like I've been coaching for the last 3 years, team development, player development, coach development, then obviously, and production, content creation, shoutcasting, and then obviously playing some games. So we'll have pretty much 8-hour day from Monday through Friday to go through different parts of what I teach in the class on my course, Intro to Esports, during the semester of the school year. But then from a practice standpoint, the players can understand, why there's practice, why we watch film, why we work on mechanics and in all the games, learn the way to win in every game and how to play properly as a team. Or if you play an individual game like Madden or NFL, like NBA 2K, or even something like Street Fighter or Super Smash Bros., how you get better as a player. And this, so teaching those sportsmanship, as we call in our space, digital citizenship, to become a well-rounded esports athlete.
We'll make sure that link gets posted. But if you don't want to wait for that, just search Big Red Camps on your favorite browser. It's the first link that pops up. Super easy to find. Make sure you get signed up. You mentioned something that the DP and Kenny were talking about, the team building aspect of it, the trust factor. I know that's obviously a big part in sports, but it's also there in esports. You go into, a round of search and destroy, an offense or defense in Call of Duty or Overwatch, Valorant, whatever it is. And you have a plan. You have, this person's this character with this gun. This is their strategy. But sometimes as a player, you get an idea. You want to go off script a little bit. Hey, they'll never expect this. Just how strong does that relationship have to be between the team to have the person feel confident to take that chance, B, have the rest of the team trust them, and C, if it doesn't work out, to be able to regroup.
Right. So all those, what you just mentioned, they got to have that trust at an ultimate level, because to allow one player to dictate what can eventually hurt the whole team. So, and to say, you know what, okay, yeah, we tried that. Or maybe, let's maybe practice about this first. Let's practice this first before we just try to throw it in off shooting from the hip. So you're going to have those possible conversations. And to get that, I want to make sure players, I'm going to, coach my players up to know that you got to have those conversations before and get that relationship built up to when somebody in the game, maybe one of the best players in the game, can say, or I say a player, not the best, I say the player with has the best respect built up among all the players of the team, even myself as a coach, and say, hey, coach, I know we didn't practice this, but I have an idea because I saw something in the last round of the game against this team that I may see something that worked. And so that's how I would expect that player to approach all of us about that. And then I would say to that player, or if one of the players want to speak up and say something, I would say personally, I'll say, all right, we could try that out. Whatever you saw, maybe you saw something that I didn't see. Let's try it out. But if it doesn't work, then we're going to, readjust and continue what we've been practicing all week long. I don't mind listening to the players because obviously they're doing a lot of the gameplay. It's just like what I learned as a player. When I'm on the football field, I'm gonna see things that my coach can't see, and I could come to the sidelines and then make the adjustment and tell my coach. My coach be like, "Why did you do that?" I was like, "Well, I saw this," and I remember my coach Edgar Bennett, former player, when I was in Green Bay, he said to me one time, "You know what, Ahman, AG, I'm not gonna doubt you because I'm not on the football field. I'm not in the game, so I can't see what you see. So I'm gonna say something to my player playing Call of Duty, Valorant, League of Legends. You know what? You're in the game. I don't see what you see. I only see what I see from my point of view. So if you saw something, you know what? Let's try it out. If we get the win, we'll keep on that track. But if it doesn't work out, we're gonna have to, find another adjustment to make sure we get the victory in the end. Even though we're gonna try that out, but just see if it works or not. But you got to build that trust and that confidence and that respect among all the players and myself as a coach or a captain before you could go down that road.
Absolutely. Well, Ahman, it's 9. You've had a busy day, flying back and driving.
Yeah.
Tell Alex I say hi. I haven't seen him in a while. Enjoy your weekend down in Kansas City. Bring some top-tier athletes back to Lincoln with you. Need
That's
some
the
names
goal.
on the dotted line.
Yep, for sure. Also appreciate you. I hope you have a good night, man.
Absolutely. You too. That's Husker legend Ahman Green. We'll talk to him again next week. For Harrison Orange Ticket Weeknights, everyone here at the Ticket. This is Austin Norman signing off. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Early break with Sip and Jake starts at 6 o'clock right here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll talk to you then.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.